That is called Cherry Coloured Dreams. On Kiwi time now is 17 away from 10.
Splash of trash.
Splash in the trash, as always, it's Holly Wainwight from OK Magazine, okmagazine.com.au. Good morning, Holly.
Good morning, Wammo. How are you?
I am good. I'm good. I'm probably better than Patrick Swayze.
Oh, I know. Yes, Patrick Swayze finally lost his battle with pancreatic cancer yesterday. He was diagnosed in January 2008, so he's been fighting it for a while. It's a very aggressive cancer. They didn't think he'd last as long as he did, to be honest. He said so himself. He said, they've given me a very short time. Yes, everybody's very sad. I think that rentals of Dirty Dancing and Ghost are going through the roof all over the world. Obviously, they were the movies he would be most remembered for. But in some of the tributes and everything that have been pouring out since his death, he's obviously quite a character, because after the whole Dirty Dancing thing that made him a huge star, everybody wanted him to keep going with those kind of movies, those kind of heartthrob roles, and he was like, nah, I don't want to do that. His career definitely suffered for it. He sort of went on to do smaller parts in more interesting films and ended up in TV. But he and his wife, he was married for 34 years, which in Hollywood is like 200 years, I think, retreated to a ranch that they bought. They raised horses there. They did all sorts of other things. They, had a very full life. And, yes, it's sad because he was obviously very brave. They say that while he was sick, he filmed a TV show called The Beast, which is like a cop show, quite action-packed. And he filmed 13 episodes while he was undergoing chemo, and he only missed one day, and they're saying that that's quite amazing for somebody as sick as him.
So all of those episodes have aired in the States?
I think they have, and I think that it was cancelled, the show, because he was not well enough to be able to promote it. More to the point than being able to film it is that by the time it came around to promote the thing, he wasn't well enough.
Because the sad thing was, he actually, because I've seen a couple of clips online, and he looks really ill. Yes,
he does look really ill. I mean, he did look really ill in his last year or so, and he got a lot of hassle from the paparazzi in his final months, I guess, which was something that hadn't really happened to him before. I mean, when he became a huge star with Dirty Dancing, it wasn't quite the paparazzi frenzy that it is these days. And then to suddenly have that when you're going through something, I mean, I know here that we would get pictures in all the time of him leaving the hospital, just looking awful. We didn't go for those pictures, not really our scene, but he said that was soul destroying because he said he was always trying to have hope, and every week one of the National Enquirer or whatever in America would come out saying days to live, minutes to live, you know. So he handled himself with a lot of grace.
Yeah, imagine reading those, these headlines about your own death, and you're not even dead yet.
I know, it must be very strange, especially if you're trying to remain upbeat, with your family and friends, and people are writing you off every 2 minutes. And I mean, as we've seen in the past, in America, it certainly is common for hospitals and medical centres to sell your information to the press. Right. Highly illegal, of course, but it certainly happens in those American tabloids. And so, yes, it must be awful. But he handled it pretty well. He did an interview with Diane Sawyer, I think it was, towards the end, where he talked quite honestly about it and talked about his wife and what a support she was and all those things. But mostly he kept himself quite private.
Well, the mother of America has been talking with Whitney Houston in a tell-all interview.
Oh, talk about juicy. Oprah must be absolutely loving herself sick over this one. Whitney Houston has done a huge 2-part interview with Oprah, a good sit-down story, where she goes into all the stuff that we've always heard was what was going on with her, but we're never really sure about her drug abuse and everything. She's very honest. She says that after she married Bobby Brown, they got really into drugs. She says that when they were filming The Bodyguard with Kevin Costner, they were dabbling, but it was after that it got really serious.
Right.
She says that they were using crack cocaine and marijuana every day. She goes into quite a lot of detail about how they used it. She said, we weren't smoking pipes like those junkies on the street. We'd do it like this, and we'd buy it a kilo at a time. She said, I didn't get out of my pajamas for 7 months.
A kilo at a time? Wow.
I know. She says she didn't get out of her pajamas for 7 months. She'd rarely leave the house. She says she completely forgot she was a singer. She says, I was so rich by that time. I had all this money. I had all these people. I could do whatever I wanted. I completely forgot, that I was a singer anyway.
Yeah. Sounds like good times. Does it sound like good times to you?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if I really want to be in my PJs for 7 months, sitting around watching telly, smoking crack. But Whitney and Bobby liked it. But yes, she also goes into the fact that their relationship became quite violent in those dark times. It's an astonishingly honest interview. Obviously, the reason she's doing it is that she's come back. She's got an album out. Which is her big comeback, and she's looking amazing, and she's sounding good, and all those things. So, I mean, she has but, I mean, it's quite astounding. It's rare that you hear a celebrity being quite as frank as this, where she talks about how her husband would spit on her, and how her mum had to come to the house with police to try and get her away from him, and it's one of Oprah's finest moments.
Hey, let's talk about frank celebrities and ones who speak their mind. Kanye West.
Oh, I know. Scandal of the week. Yes, the VMA Awards in New York this week were rather hijacked by Kanye, the outspoken rapper, who, as I'm sure everybody has heard by now, burst onto the stage, stormed the stage when Taylor Swift was accepting her award for Best Female Video, and told the world that Beyonce should have won it because her video was the best of all time, all time, he says. and
Beyonce gets up afterwards, doesn't she?
Yeah, well, Beyonce saved the day, really, because she looked quite shocked in the crowd. And then poor little Taylor, because she's only, I think she's 19. I think she's 19. And anyway, she's America's sweetheart. This will do her a world of good, I would say. But anyway, she looked all broken and upset. And Beyonce got up later because she did, as Kanye predicted, she won the video of the year. Yeah. And Beyonce got up and said, I think that Taylor should have her moment now. And she invited Taylor up and let her do her acceptance speech. Since then, almost every celebrity in the universe has twittered to say what a tool they think Kanye West is. Yeah. And as Katy Perry described it, she said it was like watching someone stamp on a kitten.
Oh,
I know. He's apologised.
But Obama's come out and said that he said that he's an idiot, or.
Well, I think he's obviously this is a big issue, Wammo. You know, Obama needs to wait. Yeah. But I think Kanye has realised quite how desperate it is, because he's gone on and said, I think I need to take some time out. He was on the red carpet just before this happened. He was swigging out of a bottle of cognac. Right. And so perhaps he was a little worse for wear.
A jackass is what Obama said.
That's right. And Obama said he was a jackass, which, it's nice to have a president who talks like that.
I think it's nice to have a jackass around as well.
Well, of course. Look, there are many people who think that Kanye was right about what he was saying. Yeah. That Beyonce video is iconic. It's an iconic pop video. Yeah. But I think that the problem was Taylor Swift is seen as a little bit of someone who can't defend herself. I mean, if it was Madonna, she would have just punched him in the face.
Absolutely. I'd love to have seen that as well. Great. Oh, well, but I'm not sure Kanye would have said that to Madonna. He probably likes Madonna's videos.
Yeah, no, he wouldn't have said that to Madonna, it's true.
Yes. All right, hey, thanks, Holly. Cheers for that. Talk to you next week.
No worries, Wammo.
Holly Wainwight, Associate Editor of OK Magazine, okmagazine.com.au, and those stories you'll find in the magazine coming out